everybody. This is a story about Chewy Louie. Chewy Louie was a dog that came to live at a house one day that loved to, chew. And that's how he got his name, Chewy Louie. Now, the little boy that tells this story loves his dog. And so we're going to think about how we can move and breathe and celebrate the love that he has for his pet and the hope that God has for all of us always. Okay, so Chewy Louie is a dog. So let's start off with a puppy pose. It's a really small dog, right? Whenever he comes to live at this house. And so we're going to make a pose that is very small. It's where your knees hover right over the ground and your arms are stretched out. So it looks a little bit like child's pose, but it's not really because you're lengthening and you're working the pose as opposed to completely resting in the pose. Alright, so knees towards the ground, right? And our hands are forward. And then we're going to lift the knees up and really strengthen through our core as we stretch through the back and press through the palms of our hands. Alright, so this puppy loves to eat everything. And so the first thing that the puppy eats is his dog bowl. So find your sit bones on the ground and then knees to the sky, and then you can either take your hands behind you to support the long, strong back, and we're going to make that bowl shape here, or we also know this pose as boat pose. Or you can take your hands behind your knees, and you can support and lengthen that way. Relax the shoulders, bring the shoulder blades together down the back. Or you can balance on the sit bones, right? And you can lift up maybe and even lengthen legs maybe, but this is going to be our dog pose, our bowl pose today. There was a farmer who had a dog and Bingo was his name, oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name, oh. All right, relax your feet down, pull the knees to the chest, and let your back and belly stretch and rest, all right? And the dog eats the food in the bowl, the dog eats the bowl, and the dad says he's just a puppy, no problem, he'll go out and buy another bowl, and he does. This time the dog eats the dog food in the bowl, and he eats the bowl again. So find your second bowl, all right? There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name, oh, I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name, oh. Alright, relax the feet down, squeeze knees to the chest, breathing in, breathing out. Oh, the dad says he's just a puppy, he'll outgrow it. Alright, the mom is a little bit worried. The boy is a little bit worried, especially when the dog starts chewing and eating on his toys. The first toys that he enjoys, lengthen the legs out, punch an arm forward, and pull it back on the exhale. Inhale forward, pull it back on the exhale. Choo-choo! So the first toy he eats is the train set. He also begins to munch on the little dog boy's bed. And the little boy is a little worried, and the mom is a lot worried. And the dad says, don't worry, he'll outgrow it. Well, the next thing the dog does is the dog starts to eat on the house. First, the back porch. So let's work triangle pose to make our house today. And we're going to take our toes on railroad tracks, take one toe out to the side. So one is pointed sideways, one is pointing forward, and then lengthen as much as you want between your ankles. Keep the legs nice and long and strong. The body is tall. The arms reach out. Shoulder blades pull together. Breathe in. On the exhale, slide the torso forward and then roll one down and one high as you stretch and open your house. And Chewy Louie starts to munch and he starts to crunch. And it's then that the dad starts to get a little bit worried. So they decide that they will take the dog to the vet. All right, roll yourself up. Let's build the house on the other side. Take toes on railroad tracks, jump your feet together. Roll the shoulders up to the ears and back and down. Feel the ground with all four corners of your feet. And And then breathe and feel what one side of the body feels like compared to the other side of the body. Because one side is worked and stretched and one side is done different things. You just want to feel the effects or what's happening in your body as you work through the moves, okay? And these different shapes. So we're going to stretch those legs back out. This time this toe goes sideways. Both legs are long and strong. Put as much space between your ankles as you desire. And then reach out your arms, pull shoulder blades together. Big breath in. Exhale as you slide the upper body over the pointy toe. Roll one hand down and one hand high. Notice how one side feels compared to the other. The gaze can be high to the sky, or your neck may like to be looking down instead. There was a farmer, had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, clap, clap, N-G-O, clap, clap, N-G-O, clap, clap, N-G-O. And Bingo was his name. Oh, big breath in. And as you do, push through those feet, push through those long leg muscles, that strong core, and then breathe in and float your upper body. Relax your arms, toes on railroad tracks, and then reach your feet together. All right. We're going to now get in the car and go to the vet, okay? So you get in the car, and you're going to stretch your feet forward. And then you're gonna grab onto the steering wheel. It's okay. You're gonna strap. It's just about dogs. It's all good. So we're going to grab the steering wheel, and you're going to pull one leg up and push that hip forward. One leg up and push the hip forward. One leg up and push the hip forward. All right. And then you're gonna honk honk, and you're gonna come back with your car. All right. Beep 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 beep. The vet says there's nothing wrong with this puppy. It's just a growing puppy. You just need to feed him more. So they bring the dog home. They have some people try to come repair the house, but then Chewy Louie eats their truck. And they're really getting worried because the little boy's birthday party is coming up, and they just were trying to get everything just right for the company to come. Well, it's just as much as they were worried about it, everything awful does happen at the birthday party. So let's celebrate a party. Let's put a candle on a birthday cake, all right? So we're gonna lay back on our back bodies. We're gonna stretch our hips to the sky. Our candles are going to be this long waxy part here, our legs, and then we're gonna light the candles, pushing toes high. You can put out the candles by bringing the toes back towards the body. All right, plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, dorsiflexion. Then you can invert and evert the legs, so my ankles are moving all the ways that ankles can move. All right. Yeah, the birthday cake is a wreck. Chewy Louie pretty much chomps and chews on every part of the celebration. All right, let's practice balloon breath, because there's always lots of balloons at a party. Fill your body up with air, breathe in, and then let it go. All right, there's balloons at the party, there's presents at the party. It's a big success, but a big mess. So the little boy is absolutely sure that now they're going to have to get rid of the dog. There's just no way to keep this dog. So he plays a trick with the dog, and he throws a stick. And so it's not really like fetch with Chewy Louie. It's more like you throw the stick, he eats it. You throw another stick, he eats it. But the little boy threw the stick, and the dog brought it back. And he said, wait a second. Chewy Louie is all grown up. He's not eating everything anymore. So take your puppy pose. All right, arms extended, knees on the ground, knees hover, and then lengthen the legs and find your down dog pose, your full grown-up adult dog. And Chewy Louie doesn't eat the bed, and Chewy doesn't eat the train set, and Chewy Louie doesn't eat his dog bowl. Alright, and so the mother says, do you think it's gonna last? And the dad is convinced. Yes, of course, because he's not a puppy anymore. Now, even though we chew on lots of things, God never gives up on us. even though we make tons of mistakes, and even though we do it again and again and again, and destroy this and destroy that, and monk this up and yuck this out, God doesn't give up. God never gives up. God is always with us and never leaves us and never abandons us. And so, whenever we think about the love we have for our pets, the love for the family in this story where they just weren't sure about how much Louie would chew, it all comes back to that they didn't give up, they had hope, and God always has hope for us to live healthy, happy lives that are productive and lives that grow and share God's love in the way that we're designed to do it. Now that is something to bark about. Woo woo! All right, have a great day.